What is up, guys? Fódlan here. Welcome back. Some more Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Last time we had a paralog pop up super early this route because of Gatekeeper. It was Gatekeeper's paralog, but it wasn't Gatekeeper. It wasn't even really a part of it. It was a struggle, but we came out on top. So, we're going to do our main chapter today. Before we do that, though, there's a little bit of story. I'll throw that here. We, of course, got mid-chapter dialogue.
The Imperial army has invaded Burgundy and will reach Garreg Mach within the month. With no way to stop their advance, we must ready ourselves for a siege.
We sent the bulk of the knights away last month, after the Western Church occupied one of our sacred sites. The forces that remain are thin at best. How are we to hold the monastery with such short-handed numbers?
It is possible the Empire orchestrated that entire incident to bleed off our strength. Look at how thoroughly information about it was buried, and how quickly the Empire invaded after declaring war. It all feels carefully calculated.
I would not put it past them. If they bring war to our doorstep, they will want us on the worst footing possible. If the tides turn against us, we may have to abandon Garreg Mach.
Never!
Edelgard is already using the Southern Church to erode our legitimacy. And now she has the gall to try and remove us by force? There can be no mercy for tyrants. So help me, I would like to put her entire army to the sword myself.
Hell yeah.
Is it truly too late to prevent bloodshed, Lady Rhea? Edelgard must have her reasons for doing this.
Not me completely showing my biases against Edelgard. No. Whatever do you mean? But again, I do say that, and the chapter 3, even though the Black Eagles are by far my least favorite, damn, was it a good chapter 3?
If so, they elude me. The woman seems to consider our church's very existence an abomination. Yet she has gone to the trouble of reviving the Southern Church, which implies she does not mean to destroy the faith outright. Perhaps
not just
Garreg
her
Mach is the
faith.
true prize she seeks. Or worse, this entire invasion could merely be a precursor to conquering all of Fódlan.
Her purpose matters not. Our charge is to defend the monastery at all costs. I took an oath. I swore I would never again suffer the boots of thieves to sully this land.
Rhea.
It is a low form of comedy we find ourselves engaged in this day. To think the descendants of their empire will be the first to invade Garreg Mach.
All the more reason to prevent it. I care not if we shared blood countless generations ago. I will not permit anyone to defile Mother's resting place.
Okay. All right. So, a few things I did remember. So we got Gatekeeper. We also got Manuela. And I was like, I didn't remember Manuela, or didn't expect to be able to use Manuela, but I forgot. This game, all the tutorials are mostly based around the fact that, yeah, you did Scarlet Blaze first, right? Right? So the paralog tutorial pop-up spoils 2 of the paralogs for you in Scarlet Blaze, one of which involved Manuela. Completely forgot about that from the very start of the game. Well, when we were doing Golden Wildfire, the first route. But yeah, completely forgot. So, because my memory is trash, Manuela was a surprise when it shouldn't have been, but we have her. We'll probably go over her today. Well, it'll depend on who gets fielded today, but we'll probably go over her. But, being the chapter and whatnot, we do have some supports to get through. We don't have a whole lot here, I don't think. We have a few, though. So, let's get them. Oh, we have more with Shez than I really anticipated. But, let's get them going. We got Shez and Edelgard C.
You know, I don't believe I ever asked your feelings about this war.
I don't think you really care.
On the surface, it must seem as though we took Fódlan's fragile peace in our hand and shattered it into 1,000 pieces.
What? Is it deep conversation time now? Where'd that come from?
It's merely that we've never discussed the matter, and you are in a fairly unique position amidst this all. I thought you might be able to provide some perspective on how an outsider views the actions Adrestia has taken.
criticize.
Honestly, I think the whole thing's one big ugly mess. I mean, look at how many innocent lives it's costing us. Still, I know this wasn't just some spur-of-the-moment decision. You gave it a lot of thought, and this was the best path you could find forward. So, who really cares what little old me has to say?
I suppose that's one way of looking at it.
It's like you said, I'm in a unique position here.
Meaning you would have answered differently were you not a mercenary.
Yeah. If I was a farmer, for example, I'd be hounding you day and night to end the war. Sure, you say you're gonna bring this bright and beautiful future, but am I really gonna suffer for years, maybe even decades, waiting for it? The stuff you're doing now, enlisting my farmhands, trampling my fields, destroying my crops, just doesn't make it worth the wait. But you know the toll it's taking on your people, yet you choose to press on with the war anyway. So you've gotta have a good reason, right?
Sure.
Yes, of course. You certainly don't mince words.
I was like, I actually quite like that. Shez is like, what you're doing is completely fucked up. So you're doing it for good reason, right?
Is it the years of
Surely,
mercenary work that
right?
made you this way, or have you always been like this?
It's just who you are.
Pretty sure it's who I am. It was just me and my mom growing up, you see. We lived in a village, but for whatever reason, she liked to keep to herself. So I guess it rubbed off on me. I learned pretty quick not to get attached.
Is that so? I would be interested to hear more.
Trust me, it's not as interesting as it sounds.
Who says it has to be? Interesting or not, I'll have you tell me one of these days.
If you say so. Just promise not to freak out when you realize how boring I am, okay?
Do I seem like the type of person to freak out about such a thing? Perhaps don't answer that.
Okay. I quite liked how shit, like, I'm wondering, I don't know, the illusion of choice has got to be in there, right? But I'm surprised they let us be hypercritical like that. Which I am, considering how Crimson Flower goes in Three Houses, and how like weird, like villain, but no, she's not, that they try to do. I don't know. I don't agree with like 90% of Edelgard. So if that's not apparent already. But anyway, Hubert.
Well, there's a face I'm not used to seeing on the training grounds. Something wrong, Hubert?
I have merely come to examine the equipment. I hear whispers that it is in quite the state. Further, my being here should come as no surprise. Her Majesty and I train in these grounds often.
Get jealous of Hubert, I guess?
I never would have guessed. Can't say I'm not jealous, though.
Shall I put in a request with Her Majesty on your behalf? I'm quite certain she'd join you.
Nah, that's all right. Maybe she'd throw me a bone from time to time, but that wouldn't make us training buddies the way you two apparently are.
Ah. Well, it is true this has been a long-running custom of ours. In any case, if you do desire a session with either myself or Her Majesty, you only need ask. A mercenary with no backing such as yourself has much to gain by earning Lady Edelgard's favor. Of course, we would not be without benefit. Your rise in standing would paint an ideal picture for our people.
How do you mean?
Many commoners crave progress, a path upward in life. And your example would prove that path exists. The common folk would never expect to see their emperor train alongside someone of your dubious origins. At least not outside the pages of a fairy tale.
Laugh off the insult.
Dubious origins? A little harsh, don't you think? Still, doesn't sound too bad if I can use that to help lift people up.
On the other hand, your presence would also cause great turmoil amongst the elites of our society. They may even despise you. A symbol of the ungrateful commoner, granted privilege well beyond their station.
But hey, Dorothea's a commoner too. Why don't they hate her?
Dorothea is a famed former songstress, well esteemed in the upper echelons of society. Your situation is vastly different.
Also, Dorothea was hated, so it was until they're like, oh, you have something to offer us. I see. You have value. We will recognize you.
Right. Well, no point worrying about it if it's gonna happen no matter what.
Precisely. Things may yet change in the years ahead. But for now, all we can do is live with it.
So, coddling the elites means the commoners end up oppressed, while hoisting commoners up only agitates the elites. Glad I'm not the one who has to rule the empire. This whole thing sounds like a total mess.
A mess indeed.
Yep. We got Ferdinand C.
Ah, fiery as ever. What an inspiring sight.
Oh, hey Ferdinand. Do you think so? The way I see it, a mercenary who doesn't train every day probably won't stay a merc for long.
I cannot dispute your logic. Though, I must say, you never did strike me as a typical mercenary. And your upward trajectory has proven me right. To go from nothing to a commander rivaling even the finest of nobles as quickly as you have is astounding. You are the most intriguing man.
Thanks.
Well, that's because I've made a habit of giving my all. I'm honestly just happy to have earned Edelgard's respect.
Your all, you say?
Something wrong?
To the contrary, I find your attitude inspirational. We are birds of a feather, you and I. Every task I undertake must also be done to utmost perfection. Polishing my armor? It shall have a mirror sheen. Cooking a meal? Let not even a single ingredient go to waste. True nobility means surmounting any challenge before you with no less than every fiber of your being.
That's taking it a little far, don't you think? Maybe you're not wasting food, but what about your time and energy? And I'm not any sort of noble, you know.
I am aghast. Are you suggesting that devoting myself fully to every endeavor is wasteful?
I mean, yeah. If you put your all into every little thing, you'll run out of stamina right when you need it most. You're like the knight in that proverb, the one who spends all day building a fence around his Pegasus, only for it to fly away.
Valuable advice for a Pegasus, perhaps, but I am no beast. I am Ferdinand Von Eyre.
He said the thing. This guy can't be serious.
It doesn't matter who you are. Everyone needs to take it easy sometimes. If you always keep your bowstring taut, it's just gonna snap when you actually need to fire.
I assure you I am no bowstring either. But I take your point. However, there is no cause for concern. As I have told you on multiple occasions, I am Ferdinand Von Eyre. Whether I am resting, enjoying leisurely pursuits, or simply in contemplation, I always apply all my energy to the task at hand. At work or at rest, I will forever give it my all. Ha ha ha!
Seriously? What's full-on resting even look like?
Okay. Then we have a Monica C.
Monica, why are you just standing there?
I was waiting for you. You were speaking with Her Majesty, yes?
Yep, just going over some strategy. Why? Did you need me for something?
No, not exactly. So, what did Her Majesty say?
Well, she wanted to get my opinion on how best to utilize our mercenaries, since they all use different weapons. We're gonna be fighting some upcoming battles on terrain that'll make it harder to use lances, so we were trying to figure out how to deal with that.
And you didn't speak of anything else?
Well, yeah, but it probably wouldn't interest you. Mercenary stuff, you know?
That's not quite what I meant. There was cake for everyone, was there not? And I'm pretty certain there were fresh flowers throughout the room. Did you not see them?
Oh yeah, that cake was great. Did you want a piece? Flowers, though. I think maybe there were some little white ones.
Ugh, I have no interest in your opinion. I want to know what Her Majesty thought of them.
Why?
Why do you want to know so badly? Can't you just ask Edelgard?
You never know if a person is giving you their honest opinion when you spring a question on them. I just want to know what Her Majesty genuinely thought.
Can't help you there, I'm afraid. I wasn't really paying attention.
You were summoned by Her Majesty and granted the honor of giving her counsel. Then, she graciously offered you cake. And you didn't even have the decency to watch her eat it? Honestly, what is wrong with you?
Sorry if I let you down somehow. I don't think I really get what the big deal is, though. Want me to go ask her right now?
No, please don't. If Her Majesty learns I was prying about such things, I do not want to bother her with these trivialities. Forget I said anything.
Connect the dots.
I see what's going on here. The cake and flowers were your doing, weren't they? That's why you were asking me about how Edelgard reacted.
Yes, okay? Just please, not another word of this.
All right, I get it. Well, not really, but...
I beg you, forget this ever happened. The situation is far more complicated than you realize.
Is it? Okay, and then we have Yuritsa B.
Yuritsa? What's wrong?
Not here, either.
Hey, hold on. If you're looking for someone, I'd be more than glad to help.
Leave me be.
Friendly as ever, I see. Guess you weren't much different back when you were a professor either. Why don't you let me help you? You seem worried.
How could you tell?
You're not exactly hiding it. You nearly busted the chapel door clear off its hinges.
I'm looking for someone. She is injured.
Huh? Did someone go missing from the infirmary? Wait, are you talking about an enemy?
Not an enemy. However, she fled when she saw me.
Well then, why would she run? Oh, I get it. Was it Bernadetta?
Not her. Though, the one I seek was likely frightened by me as well.
Well, you're not really the most approachable guy. There's kind of this murdery aura about you. Like, if I let my guard down for even a second, it'd be the last thing I ever do.
That is not my intention.
I know that, but you'd probably still scare the life out of someone who's already jumpy. Even a beast would turn tail and run if it caught sight of the Death Knight.
Then, what would you suggest? I will never capture her at this rate.
Capture? Offered help?
Why don't you just let me help you? You know, strength in numbers and all that. She wouldn't be able to get away if there are two of us out looking.
It is vexing when she flees, yes. But this matter does not require assistance. Time is wasting. I must go.
Wait, Yuritsa! Huh. Is he really gonna be okay?
Okay. Interesting. So that's all for Shez. Wait. Let's go continue on with Yuritsa. Yuritsa and Manuela.
Well, if it isn't Yuritsa, what are you doing out here all by your lonesome? Come to think of it, you were always at the training grounds when we were at the Officers' Academy, too.
It was quiet there.
You don't say. Personally, I prefer somewhere I can kick back with a nice drink. Speaking of which, we should get one together sometime. I'm sure Hanneman would spare a moment to join us.
I don't drink.
She mentions Hanneman. He's actually sitting in camp somewhere. I happened to run into him. I was like, oh, okay, so we get to use Manuela as a character, but I guess it's too early to say if we get Hanneman or not, but he might just be relegated to side campsite boy, kind of like some of the other characters that are shafted.
Too bad. I thought it would be a good chance for us to get to know each other. By the way, I've been wondering, why were you always hiding behind that mask? A waste of a perfectly handsome face, if you ask me. I like you much better this way.
It's not worth discussion.
Oh! From what I've heard, you're probably a good few years younger than me.
I had a feeling this was gonna be Manuela finding the edgy, mysterious man hot, and yes.
You're so mature. It's like you have this indescribable air of mystery. I bet there's some burning passion lurking beneath that icy exterior, longing for reprieve. I'm right, aren't I? It's in there somewhere, I just know it. Say, let's grab some drinks tonight and do nothing with them, because you don't like to drink. I know. Why don't we go out dancing instead?
I could not reveal my face.
And then, when the sun rises, we can... Oh, what was that about your face? Why you hide it? Why do you hide it?
Some knew me to be a wanted criminal.
I find that hard to believe. Like they say, there are two sides to every story, right? But what made you want to tell me? A moment ago, you blew me off with that broody, none of your business routine.
You would have kept talking if I didn't.
He's not wrong.
Oh.
Did I say something strange?
Sorry, I wasn't trying to tease. I just think you're cute when you're flustered. You've become quite the ladies' man. Just you wait. I don't give up that easily.
Huh?
Like, what the fuck just happened? Okay. I look forward to seeing how that one resolves. But let's see, Edelgard and Ferdinand.
Ah, Ferdinand. I hadn't realized you'd returned to the palace.
Yes, here I am. Not that I have official business like you.
Then why come such a long way? Ah, I see. You're here to visit your father.
I am ashamed to say this was my first time seeing him in his cell. My father insisted I stay away for my own safety. Though I must confess, the dungeon was not the horrid place I had imagined it to be.
So he's been in prison for 2 years now. Okay.
I was envisioning, you know, fiery hot pokers, spikes, that manner of thing.
Oh. Then it may interest you to know that we do actually have such a dungeon. I've only seen it once myself. It's further down from where we're keeping the former Duke. It's a dismal place. One where rats scurry to and fro.
Rats? I do not imagine Father would cope well with that at all. While he did look haggard, it sounds as though his treatment could be far, far worse.
We're doing our best to keep him in good health. The rest will depend on his frame of mind.
Well, you will hear no complaints from me. I care only that he is kept alive and given a fair trial. And that his punishment fits the crime, of course.
You'd better speed things along then, because Hubert is quickly losing patience.
A fact of which I am very well aware. The problem is that I remain unable to connect my father to many of the acts he is accused of.
Perhaps you're wasting your time. A noble as powerful as your father could easily have documents forged and witnesses bought off. Any records that remain will be considered far too dubious to prove guilt or innocence.
Another fact I am very much aware of. In truth, I already found proof some time ago. Proof of his corruption, that is. I discovered it while looking through his tax records. When I realized what he had done, I was ready to serve him up to the authorities myself.
Your own father? I'm surprised to hear you say that.
I mean it. I thought I could carefully build a solid case against him while studying at the academy. However, you had him clapped in irons before I could have my case organized. Now there is a bit of comedy. I idolized my father ever since I was a child. Yet I had to push those feelings aside in order to muster the anger to punish him. Now I find myself trapped between both of those emotions with no resolution in sight.
I see. And tell me, is that the end of your story? I thought you were going to become Prime Minister. Keep me in line. Surpass me, even.
Oh, well, I did not mean...
You can still share words with your father and see him punished for his crimes, you know. So, if you desire resolution, start resolving matters. It's never too late.
Okay. That seemed so plot focused. Well, I mean, I guess. I guess more compared to where we just were in Azure Gleam plot-wise, but interesting. I look forward to seeing that one too. And then it looks like finally we have Dorothea and Monica.
La 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 la.
Is that Lady Dorothea? Oh, it is!
Hello, Monica. Oh, is something wrong?
Well, I was wondering, are you the same Lady Dorothea who is known as the mystical songstress?
Well, yes, I suppose I am. Did you not know that?
Not at first, though it made perfect sense once I finally realized it. I find it difficult to believe it's really you.
Well, I'm certainly not doing a lot of songstressy things here in the army, so I'm not surprised it took you a bit to put two and two together.
But it should not have taken me this long. You have the same name, and you carry yourself in the same dignified manner as the Lady Dorothea I saw in the capital. I can't believe you're right in front of me. The excitement is so great I can barely stand.
Oh, please, that's all in the past. Now I'm just another one of your allies.
No, you're different. There wasn't a girl in the capital who didn't want to be you. I spent years trying to find a ticket to one of your performances, but when I finally found one, I ended up in a seat where I couldn't see the stage very well. It was so far back, I could barely even make out your face, or the rest of you for that matter. That's likely why I failed to recognize you at first.
Well, I'm certainly pleased you came to see me, and I'm sorry the seat was less than ideal.
Oh, but the costumes and stagecraft were more gorgeous and stirring than I ever could have imagined. Your songs captivated me. They reached out from the center of the stage, all the way back to me in my little corner of the opera house. Just thinking about it puts a smile on my face.
You were a more passionate listener than I would have imagined, Monica. Moni? Still with me?
Oh, my apologies, Lady Dorothea. I was sort of carried off by a wave of memories there.
It's fine, but, can we maybe stop with all of the lady stuff? I find it a little unsettling.
Well, all right. Dorothea, you know, I'm somewhat surprised you didn't return to the opera company once the war broke out.
You're not the only one. Adie and I being classmates was a big part of why I stayed, but suffice it to say that a lot happened, and now I'm here.
It's a great honor to fight alongside you, Lady Dorothea.
Maybe I should just return the favor and start calling you Lady Monica.
Okay, that one was kind of cute. It definitely more, personality driven than we've seen of Monica just being like the Edelgard stan. Maybe she just stans women, which, you know what? That's fair. We'll see. But all right. Now that that is done, let's go ahead out to the war map and get our map going. There is one thing whatever this is, we're not gonna get, but Garrick Mach Monastery, the Battle of Garrick Mach. Preparations for war now complete. Wait, we're starting at enemy 110? Did we just shoot from like 10 to 1? I think we just shot up 100 levels. I was not prepared for that. Because like, again, I've mentioned whenever I had the record dude or whatever that lets you replay maps, I've done some maddening just to see kind of what endgame looks like on maddening. But I wasn't expecting the start to be 110. All right. This should be interesting. I may have to back out and throw money at people, but we'll see.
Feels like an eternity since I've seen the walls of Garrick Mach.
Who knew we'd leave as students and return at the head of the Imperial Army? Lady Rhea must be so angry at us.
We'll be lucky if angry is as far as her feelings go on the subject. I imagine she's apoplectic.
I don't know that word, but it has way too many syllables not to be scary.
The Knights of Seros will likely fight tooth and nail to stop us.
Well, we've got teeth and we've got nails, so I don't care who we're facing. I'll brush them all aside.
Thanks, Caspar.
Worry not. While they may have a monastery to hole up in, we possess the superior numbers. Garrick Mach is well fortified, but not impregnable.
A boast of how you'll bring it
We're
down.
gonna smash the place to rubble.
While I appreciate the enthusiasm, we need to keep it in one piece. The Empire has use for the monastery once we're done here. Understood?
Right. Sorry.
The soldiers are ready, Your Majesty. We can begin the attack at once.
Oh, hey, it was like, yeah, the trio is here. The trio that is made pretty much just to die.
The scouting is also finished. We know with certainty where the enemy will be taking its positioning.
That's what? Ladislava, Randolph, Randolph? I think Randolph and Fleisch.
We are owing this to Monica and her perfect memory. She has incredible knowledge of this place.
As usual, Monica, your talents are invaluable.
I really didn't do much, Your Majesty. That is, it was truly an honor to assist you. Not to say I've finished helping you, of course. In fact, I am always at the ready.
Don't ever change, Monica. And finally, who do we have here?
This is my little sister Fleisch. I was given approval to make her my attendant.
Yeah, Randolph.
Fleisch von Berglies at your service, Your Majesty. My brother and I are, in your hands.
Ah, so you're Caspar's famous aunt who's actually younger than he is.
How does that work?
Yes, Your Majesty. The very same.
Okay.
Fleisch is too green for battle, but she'll be providing support from behind the front lines.
You can rely on me.
I realize saying this might make the situation worse, but there's no need to be so nervous. If you act to the best of your abilities, all will be well. Now then, everyone, the time has come. The time to take Garrigmach and reclaim Fódlan.
Jumping straight into the maw of our enemies, eh?
Yeah, they're level
Ooh,
110.
how
It'll be a
Is
time.
this where I should talk about my heart racing?
Huh? Since when do we talk about your feelings? That's new.
Damn. Okay. Wait, what are the purple squares? Let's see. Persuade Constance and Happy. We'll do so. Impregnable. Let's see. What else is here? Brawling protection. Begin. Slightly allies. Bullshit defenses temporarily reducing damage taken by strongholds. We'll do the staff officers. Cracked walls. Okay, displayed on the map as, yeah, interact with one as an armored class to destroy it and create a path. Do I even have any armored classes? Does Edelgard count as armored? As wherever she is, armored lord, I guess so. All right, well that answers that. Let's put down the levels. I mean, Monica we've messed with. Manuela we have not.
Let's get this over with.
Lynn, I don't think we have. Yaritza, Gatekeeper. We at least went over Gatekeeper. I want to put down Petra. She was very fun. I want to put down the people we've not used yet, if I can help it. So Caspar, Ferdinand. Did I use Ferdinand? I don't remember. Gatekeeper.
Reporting for duty.
We'll swap Hubert for Dorothea.
Send the flower to battle and watch it bloom.
And we'll swap Petra for Yaritza. Let's do one of these. I don't know if I should control Edelgard. I'm just gonna throw her at the walls, I guess. Assuming I can select them on the map. I'm hoping so. Because I want to use Gatekeeper. Caspar. I need outfit Caspar. Your outfit. We haven't used you yet. Okay. I think these are the four I want to use. But let me go convoy some things. Okay. So I did all that. Let's go over all the people we've not fielded. So Manuela, Thunderous Refrain. Attacking generates lightning-imbued musical staves and fills the unique ability gauge. When the gauge is full, press ZR to deal a small amount of damage around the staves. Okay. Infirmary Master, when using a vulnerary concoction or elixir, surrounding allies also receive 50% of the medicine's benefit. That's cool. Polymath, when ordered to attack, receive 30% less damage. Cool, cool. All right. Let's go with you. Have we gone over you? I feel like I've read this, or maybe I talked about it, but I didn't go over it. I don't know. Gain a high chance to spawn musical notes around the unit when performing regular attack. Oh wait, no, we've used Dorothea. Yeah, never mind. Okay. Lynn, have we gone over you? I don't think we have. Easy breezy. Complete a final regular attack to spawn a pair of wind orbs in front of the unit. The orbs automatically attack in a wide range. Huh. Okay. Catnap. Greatly increase how much HP the unit automatically recovers while inside an allied stronghold. Okay. Logician. Reduces damage received from enemies by 50% when ordered to defend. Cool. All right. We went over Gatekeeper last time. Let's see. Yuritsa, Edelgard, Caspar. So Caspar, 1 for the books. Hold the button when performing strong attacks to charge the attack, increasing attack range and damage dealt by 1 tier. Okay. Fist of Justice, slightly increased damage to enemy stun gauges. Cool. Foreign Fighter, when ordered to seize, increased damage dealt to enemies by 30%. All right. Caspar being level 1 might be rough here. Then Manuel is level 6. We have level 50s, we're just not controlling them. So we'll see how this goes. 18 minutes, 1,500 enemies, 50% damage. The S rank isn't super valuable, so it's whatever.
Friends. Be not reckless as you attend to our defense.
A defensive position within the monastery walls. This is merely a stalling tactic. We must dispatch them at once.
Then the brute force approach it is. Garrick Mox must fall.
Okay, seize all strongholds within the monastery walls. So let's see. Can I
No mistakes.
Are these targetable? I don't know. They're not. I can't access them. Oh, there's Flame. Here's Constance. Okay. We have to recruit Constance still. So we don't have super effective on you. We don't have access to there. So it's just this. All right. I'm just gonna
start on the lower level and work our way up.
Let people do whatever then. For now.
And take those strongholds.
The enemy is desperate and will most likely dispatch troops to recapture any strongholds we seize. Be on your guards for this tactic.
Where's the? There we go. Actually, okay, let's go Gatekeeper. And down here, you go here. You help out. Yuritsa attack. Oh, that's Happy. I didn't even know it. What class are you right now? Oh, just a regular mage. Oh, it's like a weird little hat. Okay. I couldn't tell what was going on with her head. Edelgard, you know what? Do whatever. You know what? No, Edelgard, go top.
No mistakes. They must learn who they're up against.
And then Manuela.
Prepare to be amazed.
Go in here.
For it.
Oh, if I must.
Lynn, help
Leave
there.
this one to me.
Dorothea here. All right. Wheel sweep. Oh.
Why'd they drag me into this? Not fair.
It'll be all right. Atrocity.
If you don't want to fight, then surrender. I swear no harm will come to you.
That's very nice of you, but they gave me a home here.
Cutting you off to talk about
To think I would
Constance.
be serving the church and fighting my own homeland? Is this the goddess testing me?
God, she's
So I should
outside
probably
though.
put up at least some kind of fight.
All right, Persuade Happy.
Constance,
Wheel sweep.
why are you of all people cooperating with the church?
All I can say is I was unlucky enough to be nearby when the church had need of fighters. I beg your forgiveness, Your Majesty.
Persuade Constance. Oh. D-pad. come on. I don't even really need to be fighting you. Realistically. Okay, let's go in here. Atrocity on this soldier. Oh, you can see all the wind orbs from Linhardt. Okay, that's kind of neat. I want to push this guy over to Constance. All right, they're both right there. Let's see.
Nothing to report.
Nothing to report. Of course. Wheel sweep. That kills you. You dodged it. Oh, whoa. Okay. Based on the description of Manuela's like lightning thing, wouldn't have expected it to look that way. That looks really cool. It's just an aura of lightning surrounding her. I don't know how much damage it does. God, speaking of damage though, let's see. You guys are doing that. How are you guys doing over here?
Sure.
I need you all to.
I've got this.
Okay. Let me go to Manuela.
The spotlight is mine.
Hit her with a Dark Spikes T. And then one of these. That actually jump scared me. What the fuck? The sound of that? Why was that so piercing?
Now you've done it.
My God.
Is this what you want? To die here in shame? This doesn't have to be your end, Constance. Join us. Fight with the Empire.
As you wish, Your Majesty. I do not deserve to throw my feeble existence away in such a manner.
Okay. Well, at least she'll stop talking now.
Okay, I'm losing. That's really bad.
Oh, did you guys do it? No?
Take a breather.
Let's go over here, finish the job. I don't know who's being fought over here, but one of these. Okay.
If you harbor ill will towards them, then help us best them.
I know which them you're talking about. Well, it's not like I want revenge or anything, but sure. Sign me up.
All right. Fighter.
The right flank has broken the enemy line.
The left is through as well, Your Majesty.
One of these. Just start popping them. Here we are. Okay, so everyone up here attack.
If I must leave this to me.
This guy and the Edelgard, you attack there. Gatekeeper. You know what? Manuela attack there. Gatekeeper, this monk. All right.
Excellent job, both of you. But there is still much work to be done.
I will not sit idly by and allow Garrick Moth to be placed in further danger.
I was gonna say, are you gonna start firing things at me, Flame? Yes. All right.
The enemy is unleashing powerful magic. We can't hold out for long.
The enemy is after the strongholds we captured. They'll be retaken if we don't defend them quickly.
Take this!
Get out.
Parts of the monastery walls appear weak. An armored unit could likely smash through and provide another way in.
Yeah.
Attack!
Okay, so we have access to those now.
Here
Can
I go. No mistakes.
There
Everyone
we go.
to me.
All right, yeah. Do the thing.
I'm bringing it down.
Do one of those. Where's Caspar? fighting this guy. All right, let's go over to Caspar.
This'll be amazing.
Returning axe.
Still faster.
Okay. So it was, hold on, it was just just right here, details. Hold the button when performing strong attacks. Okay, so the charge thing that I just did, I think that was it. Increasing attack range and damage out by 1 tier. Okay. I don't think it'll be super noticeable. I mean, given the fact that he's underpowered for this point. And it's only level 1 skill. All right, returning axe.
No, not yet.
Okay, so that's taken care of. Edelgard did the thing there.
No
Let's
mistakes.
break that
Everyone
one.
to me.
Okay, let's go to Gatekeeper. Tell Caspar.
What should I be doing again?
Starting the mission. Is
You
that
go there. Caspar, I
What
mean,
should I be doing again?
you know what?
Need a
Assign his
hand?
adjutant there. You're doing that. And we need to get the flame. We need this guy dead.
Need a help.
Let's. Oh, I am on you. Okay. Wheel sweep. Atrocity. There we go. Oh my god, the sound that makes.
Here
Okay,
I go.
Edelgard, go in
They must learn who
there
they're up against.
with
this one to me.
Dorothea
That's my cue.
and
Oh, if I
Linhart
must, leave this to me.
Prepare to be
and
amazed.
Manuela. You know what? Adjutant with
I'm right
Gatekeeper.
here.
We need to intercept those reinforcements.
Those are the Knights of Saros. We were never gonna stop them that easily.
Time to show how strong you've become.
You only have 1 heal. Okay, how are we doing? Okay. I mean, the level, I kind of worried about the S rank. Yes,
There,
thank you.
We've created a new path. Now we can reach the strongholds with greater ease.
They've broken through the walls? No! Send reinforcements at once!
More? Hello, Flame.
I care not for your reasoning. There can be no excuse for war.
Okay.
The curtain falls.
God. The scream.
Stand them down. Nothing to report.
Atrocity.
I'd rather be attacking than defending.
God, that
I still
didn't.
find this whole
She
affair to be very
blocked
annoying.
the whole thing. Let's see here. Are you? You're fine, really. But we'll do this.
Well, couldn't hurt. Not a.
Okay.
My turn.
Out of the way!
Pegasus Knights.
Fresh soldiers incoming. Don't worry, we'll handle them.
Will you?
An ambush from above.
Is that both
This having the
armors?
advantage.
Yeah. Okay. Sateth is on a whole separate section. God, the lack of damage I do because of the immediate 110. Not great. Not great. I think I'm going to warp here.
We can turn it around.
And just try to take these damn strongholds already. Hello.
You got my back? Let's make a scene!
We'll do it together! I've got you now!
And then a Shadow Blade to finish the job.
Hey, I actually held my own. I'm so good.
Okay, one of these. Cyril and their allies appear way down there. Cyril.
I have to defend the monastery, whatever it takes.
You're incredibly irrelevant in this game, unfortunately. So get your relevant ass out of here, man. I need to do one of these.
We'll do it together! I've got you now!
Okay, they have that. Let's tell them all to go.
Leave this one to me.
Edelgard, go fight you.
Oh, if I must.
Lynn,
Leave this to
here.
me.
Dorothea, here. Let's see here. Where is... Oh, is Flame down? No. Oh, the gatekeeper. I was like, what are you doing? Whatever you want, really. Just start fighting someone. I don't really care who.
The enemy shows no sign of stopping. And if we don't keep an eye on our strongholds, we'll be sure to lose them. Enter Manuela.
Ah, you don't have a meter, huh?
Time for some punishment.
Professor Manuela, but you used to teach here. How could you take part in this?
Oh, there's dialogue there.
I agonized over it at first, but now I've made my choice, and I won't waver. Keep going. We're making progress.
Okay.
We'll soon control the walls.
Losing ground.
I need to...
Dig in, all of you. We
Oh,
must
boy.
hold out, no matter what.
I must do everything
All
in
right,
my
Flame.
power.
Get
to
out.
Stop this.
Sorry.
We'll do it together! I've got you now!
That did it. All right. Gatekeeper, go help Edelgard there. Dorothea and Lynn fighting soldiers. You know what? I'll use another shadow slide. My last shadow slide, I suppose. Get down to Cyril. Sup?
Retreat while you still stand, Flame. I beg you.
Very well. Stay safe, my brother.
Give me this money.
I thought that scary magic would never let up.
Okay, so from here, I think we're just waiting on this objective. Seize all strongholds in the monastery. Yeah, we just took out Cyril. Planes down. Yeah. So gonna do one of these. Is that a yellow pot?
All right.
Yeah.
We have the ground surrounded. Now we just need to fight our way up to the monastery proper.
We can retreat no further.
Oh, they might be about to open it. Let's see. Tell you to fight this guy in the meantime, I guess.
I have to do better.
Or we're just waiting on something else to appear.
You Empire soldiers will rue the day you took up arms against Garrett Mock.
Okay.
Take a breather.
Hello. Oh, Seteth. Hey, man. How you doing?
I will not ask you your reasons. Not anymore.
But I will see your evil punished.
Understandable. Take one of these, though. Just real quick. Oh, and while that's happening, who has the...
Starting them is that
attack that guy. You got... Okay. Lynn versus that guy. You know what? Dorothea.
Leave this one to me. That's my
Help
cue.
out there. How am I doing over here? Okay. Time, not great. But, well, actually, I mean, we're only half. I think we're doing fine. Okay. Have Gatekeeper also attack there.
Here I go.
Edelgard
No
attack
mistake. They
this
must learn
guy.
who they're up against.
Okay.
We'll do it together.
So how much damage is this doing? Probably a decent.
Thanks for the rescue. We owe you.
Only about
It
half.
is not a problem. We have preparedness for these things.
Okay, well, you know what?
I'm unstoppable.
Amazing. As I've come to expect from you.
I want the chest, so I want to make sure this guy gets blown away. I don't know if that was the one with the key.
I never imagined.
Okay, so Yuritsa, we should have the key now. Open that chest.
Advancing.
All right. Come over here. Shadow Blade. Base Captain dead. Swift Blade. Setep dead.
Forgive me, Rhea. I can fight no longer. The rest is up to you.
Let's go down here. These two fighters. Get them out of here.
Worry not, sir. Nor you, friend. You both did well to hold them back this long. Now come forth, all of you. Protect Garreg Mach from those despicable rebels.
It's only chapter, what, 4? This is a pretty...
So Lady Rhea has decided to show herself at last.
Pretty...
Stout hearts, everyone. Victory can only be ours if we strike her down.
Pretty hefty fight for... Right now, Cyril reappeared. Cyril...
Lady Rhea until the end.
Ready the heavy weaponry. We can no longer
I had a
afford
feeling.
the luxury of worrying about collateral damage to the town.
There's gonna be these two side strongholds, I'm sure, for the heavy weaponry. So there's that. Okay, they did that. Let's have Lynn. Actually, let's have Gatekeeper go attack this guy with Edelgard.
Leave this one to me.
Dorothea and Linhardt run there. Actually,
Leave this
No.
one to me. That's my cue.
Oh, if I must. Leave this
beat
to
up
me.
that guy.
Starting the mission.
Yuritsa,
Is
go in
that
there.
an
And I
order?
think that's everyone spoken for, because we have adjutants set up elsewhere. Yes.
We'll do it together. I've got you now.
Yep. Exactly what I thought. A ballista and fire orbs. Which one? I think I got the fire orb first. Which,
We'll be in
honestly, hell
serious
yeah.
trouble if they target Her Majesty. We have to take control of those weapons right now.
Hello.
I have to protect her.
This one's a spear, so I think there's good. Well, I think there's okay chance that they live. The double, though. I know Caspar's only level 1. Okay. There we go. Much better. Do I have the... Okay, we have the enemies defeated. Do one of these. So now we need to take out Cyril.
That's what you get for trying to target Her Majesty like a pack of cowards.
I don't know if I should do this, but I mean, clearly, like, I'm doing it, so whatever. I feel like I might maybe should save this for Rhea. Hey, what are you doing?
Sorry, Lady Rhea. I can't fight anymore.
Your efforts will not be in vain, Cyril.
I'm actually gonna turn it off. Okay. Because I wasn't sure if I would have enough time. Because, yeah, it had to open, then we had
send these
this.
sinners to meet the goddess.
What's going on over here?
Here I go. No mistakes. I'll provide some protection.
I see. I did tell you to go fight a magic unit, didn't I?
Here I go. No mistakes.
Go out there, just so you don't run into anything stupid, you know?
Leave this one to me.
'Cause I could see that happening.
That's my cue.
Oh, if I must. Leave.
All right. Any blue jars? There's one up there. You know, it might be worth going to get. Just because I don't know what to expect from Lady Rhea. I'm just thinking of that time I fought Saros, you
None will
know,
pass on my watch.
as Arval, and it took 30 years. Where, there it is. Okay. That way we have the awakening meter ready to go. I need the tactics house or whatever in the camp to increase everyone's potion limit. Hopefully I get that next chapter, but we'll see. All right, Rhea. Let's go. Hit you with one of these.
It's not a mystery. I'm a merc, and she's got the point of pain.
Let's do this!
Shadow Blade. Okay, I like that.
Permit you to desecrate Garreg for 1 minute further.
And then break you. Hit you with another crit rush. Big chunk of damage.
And I will not permit you to have it.
Well, I mean, we're gonna take it. Sorry.
This is just the beginning.
Nothing beats seeing you kids all grown up and gallant.
Gatekeeper, please. All right, and that's GG. Should be the S rank too. All right.
I yield you the monastery for now, Edelgard. But know this, there will be no forgiveness for your blasphemous actions this day.
No, I don't expect there will be. Take heart, everyone. Garreg has fallen, and victory is ours.
All right. Well.
Lady
Oh,
Rhea,
hey.
are you hurt?
Ah, Catherine, you came.
Not soon enough. Garreg is done for.
It is all right. For now, we must retreat. This path is unknown to the Empire. It will take us out to Aelel, the Valley of Torment. From there, we make for Fargus to seek aid.
The Empire attacked from the east, which means at least some of the Alliance's lords must have aligned with them. But those of the Kingdom are devout. We can trust them. I have already sent a messenger ahead requesting reinforcements, and, should the need arise, asylum.
In that case, I'll talk to my parents and ask for their assistance as well. Regardless, we should hurry. We can't let the Empire get ahead of us and send troops onto Kingdom soil. Now, follow me, if you would.
Thank you, Catherine. Let Edelgard have Garreg for now. Let her enjoy this fleeting moment of glee. Because when we return here, Edelgard von Hresvelg will suffer a death beyond her greatest imagining.
Yo, let's go. Okay. It won't happen because the route we picked, but I appreciate the enthusiasm. Goddamn. But yeah, of course, Shez will be our MVP. Because we wouldn't have been able to do that. Well, I mean, I could have actually used my level 50s instead of having them in the back burner. And it probably would have been much smoother. But I wanted to get the
even
new
death.
different units on the field, you know.
Garrick Mach, you remain ever as resplendent as the day I left you.
The place cannot be so dear to your heart that it requires inferior poetry for an introduction.
Inferior? I will have you know that line comes from one of my favorite operas. However, I concede I may have gotten carried away, what with my head still swimming from battle.
Hey, I know exactly what you mean. Something about Garrick Mach is just special. And our victory here is gonna have a huge impact on the war, right?
Yes, this should be enough to lure some of the more indecisive nobles into our camp.
I only wish I could vanquish the guilt I feel for turning on the church like this. Still, it was my decision to fight by 80's side, and I stand by it to the end.
I see. In that case, proceed as planned. Deploy the pursuit units immediately.
This helmet from the back reminds me of a Keebler elf. Like, they make cookies fully armored like this.
At once, Your Majesty.
So, Rhea and the others escaped with the help of a great white beast, did they?
The help of a great white beast?
Almost as if the Immaculate One that saved Saint Seros has returned from the mists of legend.
Oh, interesting that she transformed just to help flee. Huh. Okay.
Although, it's a bit unnerving the way it sprung out of nowhere.
I knew we shouldn't have messed with Lady Rhea. I'm just going to go back to my room and...
Do as you like, Bernadetta. But realize your father will be arriving in Garrick Mach soon. This is the seat of the Church of Seros, and as bishop, his place is here.
Really? In that case, I think I'll just forget about the monastery and go with you.
Good. Just be aware we may be marching for the kingdom next.
The kingdom? I possess no love for the cold, but I will try to grin as I am bearing it. Point at the path to your foes, and I will be hunting them to their final breath.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Petra. Whether we capture or kill will depend on the foe. Now then, enough wasting time. We need to find Rhea, and we need her alive.
Okay.
2 years ago, I never would have imagined we'd be fighting a war like this.
You say fighting, but I think you mean instigating. Let's be fully clear about our role in all of this.
Yeah, you absolutely right, Arval.
Still, this is a positive turn of events for you, yes?
How do you mean?
When a war breaks out, every mercenary in the land starts crawling out of the woodwork. And those associates you happen to be working with should be tough enough to take on you-know-who.
Not in agreement.
Gerald's mercenaries. Yeah, good point.
And then you can give them their just desserts or die trying.
Could have done without that last part. Thanks.
Relax, relax. You know I'm on your side. Our destinies are forever intertwined.
Listen up, boy. You're not going to believe this.
So this is the chapter where I think, yeah, we get a sneak peek into all the other two sides at the end, right?
Judith, do you think you could ease up on the whole boy thing? I'm your fearless leader now, remember? But sure, tell me what happened.
You might want to take a seat for this. Garrick Mach Monastery has fallen. Not even the great knights of Seros could stop the invaders' overwhelming numbers.
Wait, what? That's not possible. They should still be days away from the monastery. How did they manage to deliver an army of that size to the gates of Garrick Mach so quickly? Unless... this can't be happening. Did Count Gloucester turn? And Acheron too?
I'm afraid both houses fly Imperial colors now. House Phlegathon yielded the north side of the Great Bridge of Myrden, and Gloucester waved them right on through.
Gloucester, interesting. Acheron, not surprising whatsoever. I mean, Gloucester was kind of like double agent for Golden Wildfire. But also, I'm pretty sure he was more so like, well, he does. It's not about betraying the alliance. It was about what's best for his people. So if that means betraying the alliance, then he'll do whatever, just to make sure his people have the best outcome.
Those filthy liars.
When I warned them the Empire was raising an army, they couldn't stop puffing their chests and crowing about how they'd hold the border. But it looks like the Empire had already gotten to them. This is all my fault for not keeping my ear to the ground.
I'm afraid that wouldn't have helped, fearless leader. All the dirty dealings were handled via letter.
But now I've lost the initiative. And against Edelgard, no less. She can come at the Alliance with gloves off now. This is a real problem. What is it?
Sir, we have an unexpected guest. It's, Lord Holst of House Goneril.
Holst? What's the strongest man in Leicester doing at my door? Besides thinking about battering it down, I mean.
You can ask him yourself, sir. He is present.
Apologies for dropping by without warning, my lord. I just happened to be near Derdrew when word reached me about Garreg Mach.
I didn't realize you were in our neck of the woods, Holst, but please, come make yourself at home. As fate would have it, I was just pulling my hair out over the exact same problem.
Interesting that they're
Can
like,
you believe
oh,
that Count Gloucester? He turned on us like it was nothing.
And then they show him 2 seconds later. Okay, whatever. I was like, the fade out made me think, okay, and that's that. No, he's just right there.
If I don't handle this situation with the Empire delicately, it will fracture the Alliance. If you have any sage advice, now would be a great time for it. Or muscle. I'll take muscle if that's what I can get.
I came here to help however I can. We must work together to keep Leicester safe, and more importantly, free.
Garreg Mach has fallen to the Empire, Your Majesty.
I did not expect it would last long. Is Lady Rhea safe?
Yes. She escaped, and is on her way here with a small force.
I see.
This won't be like granting asylum to your standard refugee. If we take the Archbishop in, it will be tantamount to declaring war on the very Empire.
Yeah.
Is that a risk you're willing to accept, Your Majesty?
It is. We have already thoroughly discussed the matter with the Kingdom's lords. Even if I refrain from deciding publicly one way or the other, the Empire will still insist that we hand Lady Rhea over. The Kingdom's people and government are too frail to stand without the Holy Church's support. I agree with her ultimate goal, but such a situation calls for gradual reform over time. The Emperor's desire to tear it up rapidly will not do.
Then it is a good thing we've prepared for such contingencies. I will start by sending a party to ALL to welcome our new guests.
Thank you. I would go myself if I could, but I'm needed here to prepare for the war. For now, send messengers to Counts Galatea and Karen, imploring them to muster troops for our defense. Oh, and send for House Fraudarius as well. Let's make sure our new Duke earns his title.
Grave news, Your Majesty.
I like that. Like, because again, assuming and the game kind of assumes you do so too, with all its tutorials being Scarlet Blaze sided. They don't say it outright. They're like, Fraudarius, the new Duke, when Rodrigo's standing right there. So it can only mean Felix, but I think that's a neat way of announcing it.
What is it now?
Without announcing it, you know.
Count Rowe has declared fealty to the Empire and is marshaling his troops as we speak. Also, one of his bannermen, Lord Lenato, is moving to hunt down and slay the Archbishop.
We have long held our suspicions about House Rowe, but I never expected their actions to plunge us into war.
And after all the discussions we've had to prevent exactly this, he must believe his reason is just.
Very well then. Our plans have changed. I will go and meet with Lady Rhea personally, and House Fraudarius will serve as my guard. Inform Galatea and Karen. They are to gather their troops in Erebus and Geraint lands.
Lord Lenato was once a faithful servant to the crown. Will you now see him executed?
I have no mercy for traitors, no matter their pasts. On the contrary, I have an obligation to protect the kingdom from his kind. We've struggled long to attain this peace. I will not permit the Empire to crush it beneath their foot now.
All right. Well, there we go. That was a pretty hefty event for just Chapter 4, honestly. But, I mean, so far as Scarlet Blaze goes, it's pretty all right. I'm just holding... I'm not going to hold out hope, but, okay. Not bad. I'm more surprised by the immediate level 110. We will hopefully bridge that gap quick-ish, but we'll see. Either way, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.